Hi guys, and welcome to, I guess, my first little vlog thing. I have no real idea on how this is gonna go. Obviously, this is very much a starting point, and I'm just kind of going for it. I figured my first vlog here, as again, I love to talk to a good camera moment, so that will likely be what a lot of this is, but I kind of want to document my progress through prep and how it's going for me, good and bad. And I'm sure some fun life stuff will get thrown into the mix because, well, when you're in prep, life doesn't stop. And so I'm sure that will be thrown in. But I figured I would start just kind of with like a little introductory of me, and why I'm starting prep for a bodybuilding show. So I go by Angie. Name's Angelina. We like Angie though. I've been teaching for gonna be going on 7 years. And yeah, I was never into fitness really. Like I like being active. I danced and cheered. If you throw something at me, I will not catch it. Like I'm not a sporty girl, not an outdoor person. Very much was always the girliest of girls. Okay. That has always been much my vibe. And then, yeah, I just kind of wanted to learn how to lift weights, essentially. My mom had passed. I had, it was during COVID time. And so depression's at an all-time high. You're not being active. Everything's closed down. I'm drinking more. I'm eating not great foods. And like, since everybody's indoors, you're just more sedentary. And with being a teacher, I teach special ed. The job itself is pretty active. I'm up throughout the day. I'm interacting with people. I'm at least walking. And when I went from that to being at home all the time, plus not taking care of myself, it was just, I gained weight. I just wasn't loving it. And then with my ex at the time, we had our first breakup and I was like, oh, I need to get back to me. Like I've lost a little part of myself of caring about my health and being active. So yeah, that's kind of what inspired me in the first place to step into the gym. And I started lifting with one of my girlfriends and she taught me how to lift at Planet Fitness. I'm talking, I knew nothing. I knew what a squat looked like. And that was, maybe like what a bicep curl was. And that was really it. And she taught me all the basics. And one of my best friends from high school was also starting her coaching business because during COVID, for her, it was very opposite of she got into fitness and her whole focus was strength. And because I wasn't happy with my body, I wanted to very much focus on, how do I put this? I wanted to focus on getting stronger. I didn't want to focus on how I looked because in the past when I was younger, I didn't have the best body image, right? And so I wanted to make sure I had a healthy relationship with myself and with food. And I didn't want it to be about a scale. I just wanted it to be my measurement of progress being strength. So me and my friend at the time who was coaching me and, my friend, like that was the progress. It was just, I was getting stronger. I was changing my shape. And it was really cool to see. It was a cool progress. I was getting up at 5 a.m. every morning. Like it was religious. We kept each other in check like 4 times a week. And this happened for about 5 months before I moved to Sacramento. Cause again, got back with my ex and I moved and I was like, okay, I had a big move. It was like an hour away from everybody and I need to keep this up. And I wanted to keep it up because I was liking my progress. And I had been many years ago, like in college, I had gone to a powerlifting meet and I was like, that would be a cool milestone, is to compete in powerlifting. And so I found a local coach in person who trained me, spotted me, really pushed me, and again, furthered my understanding of lifting and nutrition because I really was lacking in the nutrition part. And really just taught me the next step, beyond the basic movements. And yeah, I stuck with her for about a year. Kept lifting by myself for a little bit and I found my current coach. So I was training for a powerlifting meet and I was training in that style. I loved strength sports. I love a good yeah, I love it all. Nothing like a good PR moment with heavy weights. However, it was boring for me. Like the style of training was so repetitive and so lonely and took so long. And it just, I didn't enjoy it anymore, truthfully. Like it was just, I wasn't looking forward to training. And my coach, she had some bodybuilding experience. And so she was like, oh, let me throw in a workout or two. And yeah, she was the first person to also mention bodybuilding to me. And at the time I was very much against it. I just thought it would be so unhealthy for me, like how I looked at my body. I was really scared that I'd be body checking, that I'd be too focused on looks. And also I just know how much muscle it truly takes. Like I was like, I'm too small. There's way too much fat. And like, then I'm just going to be small. And so I knew very much I had to grow anyway. And so I was like, I'm not going to think about that. That's not it. But I changed my style from being strength focused to hypertrophy focused. And so I was focusing on more like volume and things like that. Once I did that, I was working with that same coach for a little bit before I stopped, worked by myself for a while. And then I found my current coach, Alex Edwards, which shout out to her. I absolutely love her. And we've been working together, oh gosh, I think the summer will be about 2 years. And yeah, so I was working with her again, just for lifestyle training, probably like 6-ish months. And then I was slowly getting interested in bodybuilding, or at the very least, like the appreciation for the sport, right? And so I had this random Instagram friend that I had made, and she had an extra ticket, and I said, fuck it. It was a 2-hour drive to her show, but she had this ticket, and it was an expo, and she was like, hey, you can have it. So I went, and that was my first bodybuilding show, and it was cool because it was an NPC and IFBB show, so I got to see the best of both worlds, right? Like I got to see NPC show, and then an IFBB show. So I got to see the difference between amateurs and pros. And I remember looking at the stage and being like, first off, just loving the vibe, loving the energy. I grew up doing dance and cheer. Like I love to be center of attention. I have no problem being on stage. And I love that aspect of it. But also I always loved bodybuilding when I realized, like looking back at it as a little girl, like I've never looked at somebody and been like, too much muscle. And I know other people do. Like I've never thought that, like once in my life have I been like, too buff for me, too much muscle. Yeah, like ever. And it was cool because I got to see that in person, and I was like, wow, they're so dedicated and their bodies are beautiful. And like, they put so much time and effort into this physique that really is an art form. And so much blood, sweat, and tears go into it. And then I was looking at some of these NPC and IFBB. I said, I could do this. Like I was looking at some of the girls, and I said, I'm not like super far. Like if I dedicated myself to a good cut or diet, because again, NPC, right? There's a lot of different variations of people. And I was like, I can get on stage. Like I could do this. And I want to do this. Like I want to see if I can, because I've always been a person that loved like a good challenge, right? In college, I was super motivated. I graduated early, never took a summer off. Like I'm a very hard worker and I love a project. And, you know, ever since I had finished grad school and then, you know, like I moved up so much in my career, like I needed a new challenge, and I didn't know what it would be. And all of a sudden it just clicked. Like I loved it. And I said, I want to do this. Like, I think I could do this. And I know I'm not ready yet, but I loved it. And so I literally texted my coach right then and there. And I said, I love this. Like, I want to try this. And I know I need to grow. So this isn't like me in a rush. And so her and I kind of got this whole like building and cutting phase. You know, we were really working on some recomps for about a year. And I told her my goal isn't this year, because the show, I wanted a full year. I knew I needed a full year. And I was like, okay, 2025, I want to compete. So I committed for about a little over a year to really recomping, growing, and doing the things. And there's a lot of shitty life stuff that happened during this time too. but I wanted this. I really, really, really wanted this. Actually probably spent like a year and a half growing, and I was like, I really want this. And so she was really supportive and gave me the time to grow where I could get slowly more and more consistent with my diet, consistent with my lifts, really understanding the style of training that and the dedication required to do this truthfully. Anyone can do it. It's just about how well you want to place and how committed you want to do or go. And I was like, I want to do this, and I want to do this the right way. Like, I want to go big, go big or go home. And so, yeah, that's kind of how I ended up here. I've been committed to this. At first I like figure a little bit, but I always knew wellness like naturally I fit into, because I've always been the girl with bigger legs and strong, and my strength came from my legs. And while I've definitely grown my upper body, my legs have grown even more. And so I was just like, we're gonna do this. Because I did like figure for a little bit, but I would have to grow so much. And I was like, let's do wellness. I love it. I love wellness, honestly. I love training legs. I love working out hard. And I love it. And so, yeah, that's really how I got here. I have started going to like little posing clinics and following more bodybuilders locally around here. And I've slowly become friends and mingled and tried new gyms and have become social. And when I realized I was going to like these bodybuilding and like posing clinics, I realized, wow, like it was so much more accepting than what I feel like society says a lot about bodybuilders. Like, oh, they're really conceited. Like, they're not really accepting. And like the people I've met, at least, have been so accepting and so welcoming, so encouraging, and giving so many tips. And when I would grow, like I'd see these people and they'd be like, wow, like you're growing, you're looking so good, you're cutting well, like all these things. And it's been this place where I have really felt comfortable, and I've really feel more powerful in myself. And I have found that ironically I don't body check as much. Like for me, it was always my legs that were my insecurity. And to go into something where big legs are considered like beautiful and you want them, and like that's the whole goal, is you want big legs. For me, it changed my whole mindset on how I looked at my body. Because as a girl, again, with naturally bigger legs and being shorter, growing up, people would say, oh, like, I remember like kids looking at me being like, oh, your stomach's great, but like your legs are a little big. If you could just get those smaller. And it was, you hear shitty comments like that. And I loved that I found this place where my big legs were accepted, but also like, you want to get them bigger. They're like, they're cool, they're big, but get them stronger, get them bigger, get them more cut. And I love that. Yeah, like the way I looked at my body for me has transformed from really just looking at it as strength, and I look at it a lot more analytical versus emotional with my body. And I love that. Like, it's okay that I have body fat. Body fat's healthy. We all hold it differently. And so that changes over time, right? Like, I know I carry more in my arms. It's fine. It's whatever. I also have a lot more bicep muscle than I ever had. That's firm too. And that's cool. Like, it's okay to have body fat. It's okay that, like, I hold cellulite. Yeah, makes sense. I also have huge legs. There's going to be some fat on there. That's just natural. And going through this process, like, I just feel more neutral about my body. So that was kind of a cool thing too. I didn't realize that bodybuilding would bring, is that I felt a lot more neutral about it. But yeah, so that's kind of, yeah, how I got here. And so now tomorrow I will officially be 18 weeks out from my first bodybuilding show. And I'm so excited. Do I really know, like, my whole goal? Like, I don't really know necessarily what my goal is for myself, other than I want to prove to myself that I can do this, and I want to do as well as I can. My goal was to be competitive, not to win. Winning is cool, but I think for me, the win is going to be either way, me getting on stage and doing this and showing that I can do hard things. And also, like, I'm proud of my progress. This is my journey, and I want to see how I do for me. And I love this. Like, I really feel happy in this. And as somebody who is never naturally an athletic person or naturally super strong or in the gym, it has been so rewarding to find this outlet for me that was so different, so out of my comfort zone, and has pushed me to truly love myself and, yeah, to love my body and to look at it as this work of art that is me. And that might sound like conceited. I don't mean like in a conceited way, but like I put a lot of work into me in a good way. And I like being healthy. I like my chicken and rice and veggies. And I also don't knock people who want to go have their beer every week. And like, you do what works for you. For me, I've never felt better about myself. I've never felt better mentally. I've never felt better spiritually. Like, I feel good and happy with myself and content with my life. And I'm loving this ongoing challenge, and I love the community and the friends that I've made. It's been such a beautiful thing for me, and it's been so much healthier for me versus me going out to the bars and partying like I used to. And, you know, I enjoy those things at time, who doesn't? But like, it's been so nice to find these people, and overall it's been just super uplifting. And I'm really excited to see what I can do and how I do, and no matter how I place, just giving it my all and just really trying to say, fuck it, let's go for it. But yeah, enjoy my crazy little one-shot video that I just filmed right before work. That being said, we gotta go make breakfast. And yeah, I'm really excited to be sharing this journey with you and hopefully update you on more random shit and videos. And if there's things you want to see, if there's things you want to ask. If you have ideas for content, share it with me. Like, I really just want this. This is probably going to be like a little video journal vlog thing. I'll try to film more throughout the day. It's a little hard because at my work I can't film because a lot of, you know, I'm a teacher. Students do not deserve their privacy. It's not going to be at work. But yeah, because I do have a traditional day job and I am very busy. But I'm really excited to share this journey with you guys. Ask the questions. If there's things you want to see, let me know. If you don't follow me on Instagram, I will make sure it's in the bio. And yeah, have a beautiful day, whatever time it is.